Welcome back to day 4 of Where in the World is Matt Lauer. Take a look at that beautiful picture of Istanbul, Turkey. By the way, if you like food, this is a great location. You can go to the local spice market. You can find fresh olives in the catch of the day. And guy who knows all about it is Mehmet Gürs. He is a celebrity chef here and also the owner of several restaurants in Istanbul. Mehmet, nice to see you. It's a pleasure.
Welcome to Istanbul.
And man, you have outdone yourself. This is great.
Yes, it's good.
It's nice.
It's nice. It's a small version of the Istanbul markets.
Well, let's talk about the markets. Let's start by talking about spices and things like that. What's traditional here?
Sure. When you say spices, because it's usually on Spice Road, Istanbul was the center of it all.
Right.
So you had all the spices coming in here and then being distributed to the rest of the West from here. So you really have a lot of traditional cooking with spices and all the different empires that have been in Istanbul. It's not really hot food.
Yeah, it's
like
not
it
spicy.
is, let's say, in Mexico or a lot of other South American countries.
Flavorful.
It's flavorful. You use it to kind of bring out the more natural flavors because you have so many great vegetables and meats and fish, whatever. So kind of use the spices for that.
Let's talk about some of the dishes you've prepared here. This one is an eggplant dish.
It's a very traditional eggplant
Can I grab
dish.
a fork?
Yeah,
I don't even need a plate. Are you kidding?
Here.
Watch this.
Yeah, just
tell me about this as I eat this.
That's called Imam Bayıldı. If you translate it, it's like the Imam that fainted. There's a whole folk tale about it.
Should you have told me he fainted before I put it in my mouth?
No, after.
Okay.
When his wife got some olive oil as dowry from her family. When they ran out of the olive oil, they couldn't make this anymore because it's been slowly cooked with olive oil. And he's like, oh my God, I need this. So the Imam fainted.
The artichoke is important here, and apparently you're supposed to eat a lot of artichokes in the spring.
You are, because all winter you will have been drinking rakı, the lion's milk, as you say. When you put some water in the rakı, the traditional Mediterranean alcohol. That's
I know what this is. This is anisette. Is that what
anise?
this is?
Yeah, anise. It's like the ouzo or arak in Middle East or North Africa. That's strong stuff.
That's yum.
You will have been drinking this.
Our director just fainted, which is usual.
You will have been drinking that all winter, and of course that does a lot of harm to your liver. So that's why you eat the artichokes, which is like the liver recovery vegetable
device. Okay.
And again, this is you got so many different vegetables.
Rice, I know, is very popular and very important here. Talk to me about the kinds of rice dishes you prepared.
You got plenty of rice dishes. Usually in the old days in the palace, they used to eat that after the meal to kind of like fill up as well. And this one is a bull cracked wheat. It's done like a rice pilaf, but it's cracked wheat. This one has regular white rice in it, but with small livers in it, pieces of liver and some pine nuts.
Okay.
And
this is actually a rice dish too, is that right?
This is a rice dish. It's been like folded in and actually cooked inside this pot.
Gosh, is that good?
So there's a lot of different things here.
By the way, are you seeing now that this city has become so cool? Are you seeing a lot of fusion? Are you seeing a lot of traditional styles of cuisine mixed?
This is actually not the type of food that I usually cook.
Right.
I do a little bit more of the modern version of it. But usta bir döner doldurabilir misin şuna?
So this is pita bread.
That's pita bread, and that's the best fast food you can have in the world, I think. That's real meat. It's not processed, nothing. Just hardcore natural meat.
Is this lamb? Is this beef?
Lamb and beef mixed.
Okay.
And just slowly cook it with charcoal, or they use gas nowadays too. And this is like the street food that you have all throughout the city.
And we don't have time for the dessert, but you got baklava and what else over there?
Baklava and a bunch of all different things with pistachios and a bunch of other stuff in it as well.
Talk to me about, real quickly, Turkish coffee, because I understand you can't leave without trying that. This is the one I had a second ago.
This is one that you had a second ago. You'll put it upside down, and here you look inside, and this is the fortune.
So you tell people's fortune based on the residue left behind in the cup.
Let's say that you're going to have in 2 times some cloud somewhere, and I don't know where you're going. You have to be able to.
I mean, you can't read where I'm going tomorrow?
I'm not a good fortune teller. Maybe you can do it. I'm not really a good fortune teller, but if it would have a real fortune teller, maybe you would.
Okay.
So in 2
that's
times,
thick stuff,
that's thick stuff. That's coffee for you. So,
Mehmet, thank you so much. I'm trying to juggle all the food I've got here and say thanks so much.
Thank you.
We're going to dig in here in a second. We're going to have much more ahead from Istanbul and New York on a Thursday morning. But first, this is Today on NBC.